there, it's another edition of Paul Mash TV here for you. We're glad that you could join us today. Another great interview coming up for you shortly, but before we begin, don't forget about that subscribe button and the bell down there, which after you click on both, you'll be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And if you'd like to, you can leave a comment on the comment section. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And you can follow us there and send us an inbox, even comment on things you see there. And we have email as well. It's paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist and want to be on the show, just email us and we'll show you how to do that. But we love fan mail as well. So if you're a fan, go ahead and send us an email at that same address and we'll get back to you. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. We have Isreal Pacoso from St. Louis, Missouri today. Very awesome artist, and I think you're going to agree. And we'll get to that in another second here, but first let's have a quick word from Galtar, the guitar especially made for women. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Ready in 5.
Darling, when nothing else seems to match up. Galtar, the musical apparel that fits any outfit. Galtar, bringing heaven to earth, one gal at a time. GaltarHeaven.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from St. Louis, Missouri, we have Isreal Pacoso with us today. Thank you for joining us, Isreal.
Man, I appreciate you for having me on the platform, man. Much gratitude, much love to your platform, man.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Everybody loves the show, and I'm glad that you do too.
Yeah, man. I see you growing, man. I see your channel growing, man. I just wanted to come spread my love, man, and give my support.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Why don't you tell everybody how it all began for you as far as the music goes? I mean, have you always wanted to be an artist yourself, or did it come much later?
It really started, man, back in the day, man. I was a young jit, man. I was probably 12 years old, right? Mm-hmm. Watching my dad, he had a group called the Steel Mo G's, where it was him, my big cousin Tasha, and my big cousin TJ. And they used to rap. When they had a song called Ballin' Out of Control. It was on the radio and everything. When my dad used to perform at this place called it's called the Animal House, right? And they used to do contests and shit. They used to win all the contests and shit. So that was my motivation, seeing him do it. So one day, me seeing him in the studio, I was in the studio when I just started writing raps. And I was like, nah, that don't sound good. I ripped it up. And then I just kept doing it. Then before you know it, it's like, man, I learned how to put the words together. And from that day on, I was, writing raps where I got the chance to do my first record. It was on the Kanye West beat. Actually, it was called Wait Till I Get My Money, right? You know what I'm saying? But on the song, I remember the song. It was like, we can get money long as the Nile River. Just keep it to a whisper. You know what I'm saying? So that was my introduction to it. That's when I first started. That's really, how I started this whole thing with creating music and letting my vibration, be heard by the masses.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a great story, man. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. Hopefully you'll have many years ahead of you.
God willing.
Well, what were some of the inspirations? I'm sure that there were a lot of mainstream hip hop artists that come to mind when you think of those that inspired you.
Yeah, man, I'm going to start off by saying, man, from the beginning, it probably was, I know hip hop started on the East Coast, man, in the Bronx, with DJ Kool Herc, MC Shan and all of them, KRS-One and all of them. But when I really started doing this, my inspiration was coming from people like Tupac, people like Master P, people like Jay-Z, people like Nas, even people like Nelly, coming from St. Louis. you know, that was my inspiration, just seeing people like them, you know, create music that came from their heart and their souls about the things that happen in their environments. You know what I'm saying? So I knew one day I was gonna be doing the same thing. I was always told by other people, like, you're gonna be a star, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. It was just something about me. People used to always say, like, you know, and that's how I got here today, you know, through inspiration.
Mm. Yeah, those are some good ones too. You know, like you mentioned, Nas and KRS-One. You know, those were great artists. I
Yeah.
can see where you got your.
And there's many more. It's many more, like DMX. It's plenty of them. It's a lot of great artists that inspired me. But I'm talking about the ones that I started off listening to. Like I said, it was like, you know, Tupac, Master P, Jay-Z, you know, Nas, you know, artists like that. You know, even more to the gangster rap. You know, Ice Cube and them. You know, Snoop and them. You know. These the artists that I will be in the car riding my old dude to be bumping these, you know, unbelievable sounds I'm hearing called hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, we listening to Mystical, you know, back then when he dropped that Unpredictable, you know, Silk the Shocker, Made Man, you know, Mr. Serv-On, you know, all of them true, you know, artists, you know what I'm saying? Because they music still here, so I call them true artists because they still relevant to this day because the music they put, you know, on the universe, in the universe, the sound they put in the universe, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with you. Even today, I still remember a lot of those artists, and they were still great back
And
then.
even Cash Money, you know, it was Cash Money too, you know, the big times, everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on, you know, songs like that, you know, that really resonated with me, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
even Biggie, you know, when he came on the song and said, man, it's for all the people that tried to call the police on me when I was just trying to feed my daughter. When I know how that feel, was like, damn, I know how they feel. You know what I'm saying? I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying? I done did things, you know what I'm saying, to try to do things to get money to feed my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And that's another situation. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother situation the world gonna hear about one day. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, my seeds is my inspiration on this whole thing.
right. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you know, I can really see that in your sound there. So, well, why don't you tell everybody how we can find your music? I mean, I'm sure it's on all streaming platforms, but where can we
Oh
find?
yeah. You can find my music streaming on all platforms. Just type in Isreal Pacoso, Isreal Pacoso, Isreal Pacoso. And then you'll find my music, Live by the Arch, and any other singles that I've done.
Okay, well, what about social media? Can we find you on any social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, so forth?
Yeah, actually I'm on all of those ones you named. Just a second. You can find me. My Instagram handle is When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop, STL, and When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop, regular without the STL. And we could talk about that. I'm also a podcast host where I interview celebrities. And I asked them, when did they fall in love with hip hop?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, go to your favorite social media sites and your streaming media sites and download Israel Picasso's songs. I know he would love you for that. And speaking of your song, we're going to watch "Live by the Arch." That's the song we're going to be playing in just a minute. Tell us the story about that song. We'd love to hear it.
Okay, Live by the Arch, man. That song was inspired, man, with me coming from St. Louis and seeing all the things that happen in St. Louis and living by the arch. Like, you know, the prostitution, the drugs, the murder, everything, the young kids out here, reckless, high speed chases, from police. I'm talking about anything you can name it, the fentanyl epidemic. That's what the song is really about, you know, where fentanyl took over the city and it's like everybody is zombies now. And I'm trying to let the world know this is what's going on in St. Louis. This what happens when you live by the arch. So that's what inspired the song. So I hope y'all like the song. I hope y'all can, you know, vibe to it, put it in y'all radio, because, you know, I'm going to have the hard copies too. I'm trying to bring the hard copies back and everything, but we're going to still kill them online.
Okay. Well, that's a great story, by the way, and I love the song. I've listened to it a couple of times. So we're going to be doing that in just a minute, but thank you so much, Israel, for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on.
Yeah, actually I'm working on an album. I'm working on my first album. It's titled The Last Book, Pug World, Revelations to the Streets, Volume 1, where I'm gonna be talking about everything that's going on in the world. And I'm not just gonna be talking about, things that your normal rapper talk about. I'm gonna talk about some things that everybody wanna talk about, that they probably scared to talk about. So you're gonna come and listen to it from Isreal Pacoso. And I call myself Pacoso because I'm painting a picture. My first name is Isreal. So Israel meaning, it's sort of like, we the children of Israel. In the Bible where it talked about the children of Israel and God's children and all of that, and then I got Pacoso with the PAC. That came from one of my favorite rappers. My all-time favorite rapper was Tupac. So I put PAC instead of spelling it the regular way. I spelled it PACOSO. And the OSO came from, some initials that I got, tatted on my hand from some other stuff. But yeah, man, check it out, man. Isreal Pacoso, Live by the Arch, man. The Last Book, Pool World, Revelation to the Streets, Volume 1 coming soon.
Okay, well, I appreciate that plug. And let's go right to the video now. Live by the Arch, and it starts right now.
Oh, St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. You seen what I saw? It'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. You probably couldn't live by the arch. Oh, St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. You seen what I saw? It'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. You probably couldn't live by the arch. Oh, St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. If you seen what I saw, it'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. St. Louis niggas keep AR pistols and they'll leave your car on park. Riding geeks next trying to eat. Turned day one to a murder on the street. He was up with the Finny Nass belly of the beach. She was laid on the rim, now she stripping on the pole. Set niggas up just to get a little dough. All in the hotel, fighting over dough sales. Niggas like the beef over cheese like Rotel. Keep your mouth closed even if it don't go well. Isreal Pacoso, you know I got clientele. I seen Heavy, he was capping up a whole tray. I'm a boss, no nigga, I ain't Rose. St. Louis where the niggas make the cops race. On the phone, politicking with compadre. Puerto Rican friend, no it ain't Jose. 2 weeks in the bricks, probably on the way. Oh, St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. If you seen what I saw, it'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. You probably couldn't live by the arch. Whole St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. If you seen what I saw, it'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. You probably couldn't live by the arch. Jenny Station Road at Chucky crib. Bro with the fin in that ice shit. Energy turned on like a light switch. Snakes in the grass and they don't hiss. Young shooter in the alley and he don't miss. And the friend kill a friend cause a smile is a grin. And they try to shake your hand but they plot when you win. And they win at 25 and they passing on 5. Alhamdulillah, I'm blessed to be alive. My brother in the sky, my mother had to cry. I still get high, I don't need a 3-5. Smoke a little earth in the pool like church. Was just bummy and the nigga couldn't work. Now they thinking of a number just to give me that I'm worth. And I saw 3 7s, 11, 11. I'm talking, I'm walking, I'm speaking, no ref. Abundance, abundance, I'm swimming in money, I saw it, it's heaven. Turn a 3 to a 6, you gave me the 1, it's back to a 7. The white, the tan, the brown, the coke, I'm loving these blessings. It's a king in your presence, and I came for the peasants. Oh, St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. If you seen what I saw, it'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. You probably couldn't live by the arch. Whole St. Louis self and all. That shit smell like paint on the wall. If you seen what I saw, it'll put murder in your heart. If it wasn't in you from the start, you probably couldn't live by the arch. I done had nights, no food in the dark. Show you how to move from the north. And you gotta move like a shark. You probably couldn't live by the